Welcome back. Let's go! Ah! Welcome back to another Ed and Eddie Silver and Blue
Ooh, what are we talking about today, Ed?
training camp, of course.
Camp talk. Let's do it.
Absolutely. I've been absorbing all the camp talk I can, learning everything I can about the way things are going. We thought about heading down there. We still might, but probably not.
So, some of the big camp stories. I say, why don't we get the obvious one out of the way? Dak Prescott.
Dak looks 1,000%. I mean, he looks great. He's moving just fine. He's throwing dimes. Not an issue.
No, and I'm really happy about that too, because that is the biggest X factor. You know, how is Dak going to respond to his rehab? And as far as we've seen in camp, you know, he's doing very well, and can't wait to see maybe a series or two in the preseason, and then, you know, come time week one, he's full go.
That offense is going to be off the charts again, but this time, knock on wood, it's going to be for the whole season. No stopping them.
So, some of the big stories I was kind of thinking about, one of them for me was the offensive line.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm sure some of you all saw that picture of Tyron Smith looking amazing. I love that our line is not only getting healthy, but slimming down as well. Because it wasn't just Tyron looking like that. I know Lael Collins has dropped a few pounds as well.
Yeah.
He looks a lot slimmer, you know, which bodes nothing but good news for our line.
I'm actually less concerned about the weight. I mean, it's great, but as long as they're healthy, my goodness, if Zach Martin, Lael Collins, and Tyron Smith are all healthy, knock on wood, for the whole year, just Zeke alone, his improvement is going to be through the roof. And
it all starts and ends with the offensive line, which is why I'm so happy about in camp that they're all looking slim, fit, and being managed properly.
Awesome. Me too. So another position that I wanted to chat about in camp was tight end. As you have known, if you've been watching the videos, Dalton Schultz is the backup tight end, and Blake Jarwin's number one. Jarwin's surgery went well. I suspect he'll be back and he'll be the starter. Now, I'm not so sure. Jarwin is working back into the full practice. He isn't quite working out with the first team yet. So Dalton Schultz has been taking the snaps, and man, he's looked good. He's catching everything thrown his way. He's got some wiggle. Color me surprised, because I didn't expect him to be looking this good. He's got a lot of confidence, probably brought out from, his success last year.
Yeah, and not to mention too, you guys know on the channel, I've always been a big believer that Dalton Schultz, Blake Jarwin, they're roughly the same. But, with how he kind of looked at the end of last season and the fact that he's looked much better in camp, I'm pleasantly surprised as well at how Schultz is doing. Because ultimately, I think that worst case scenario, we have a very solid number 2 tight end. Cool, it's kind of what we expected, but best case, he might have been pushing Blake Jarwin for some starting reps here.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all at this point.
And not to mention too, Blake Jarwin has really only been a flash in the pan potential. Outside of the New York Giants, where he tends to have an invisibility cloak, I have no idea why he hasn't been able to just elevate that year round.
Yep, that's fair.
So, another position group that I'm pleasantly surprised with, and I'm like, man, the competition for its cutthroat, is wide receiver. We have the big 3 at the beginning, but guys like Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson have also looked really good in camp.
They have.
And admittedly, it's against second-team players sometimes, so, take it with what you will, but they look really good. They look like proven vets that bring a lot to the team. Add in their utility with special teams and Wilson with some gadget plays, and it's going to be interesting. I'm thinking that we are going to have to keep just 6 wide receivers, so Simi Fehoko, he might be that 6th guy. But
And don't forget TJ Vasher. I forgot to mention him in that other video. He could step up in camp. We got a lot of camp ahead of us.
No, I agree. What other positions are you looking forward to?
Defensive back was a concern, and we had that on our list of videos to do, is a video titled, "Is Our Defensive Backfield in Trouble?" But now, with this news about Malik Hooker coming on board, boy, safety, I think, is going to go quickly from a position of concern to a position of strength if he's anywhere near healthy.
Kind of what we remember from his rookie year in Indianapolis. The guy looked like a ball hawk. You look amazing. Sadly, a sad stretch of injuries and just downright bad luck might have took a toll, but I agree. I think if healthy, he will be an instant upgrade at pretty much anything else we have at safety.
Big time.
So everyone, what do you think? Any camp battles, any camp stories that you're looking forward to? Any surprises over the first 3 days?
Don't forget, August 10th, we're going to have our first reaction video to the first Hard Knocks episode.
Oh, yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. We look forward to it.
And remember, every time you hit that like button, an Eagles fan cries. Ed and Eddie, take care.